Hi, I'm Jake Carter.
And I'm Nathan Carter.
And I'm Karen Bourne.
And welcome to The Carter Couch.
No, I know, but you keep saying, oh, I won Dancing
I did.
Stars. No, you wouldn't have won it without me.
I know, but I still
Did you see
won
how
it.
bad you were in week one?
I had 3 people compliment me on this jumper today.
Complimenting you.
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, I
but
would,
they
actually.
were all...
We never see each other, and I have to say, we haven't been happier. You keep telling me, oh yeah, stuff I say don't make sense. I am so
Sometimes
knowledgeable.
you're very clever.
Sometimes.
Because I've started panto rehearsals in Balbriggan.
Oh no, you didn't. Swear to God, I know I say every podcast, if I was you, I'd be down on your knees begging you. I'm actually till trying if anyone wants to give me a job. I wouldn't want to be spending stupid money on a ring. I'd rather a pair of runners.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Is that?
That's the saying.
All right,
Yeah.
bleeding Shakespeare over there. But hate the way I say the word Carter.
Character. Hello everyone, I'm Jake.
And I'm Karen.
And welcome back to The Carter Couch, episode number 10.
Feels weird without Nathan.
Double figures. Nathan is in Australia. He hasn't left. We have made it to double figures with him.
Yeah.
He is on tour in Australia.
Lenny is taking
week.
his place because he's actually awake for once.
He is. Yeah. You all right, Len?
We'll see how long that lasts.
But we're going to be catching up with Nathan later in the episode, so do not fear. He is going to still be here. That rhymed. See what I did there?
Panto mode
For
is
his
full swing
Nathan's
here.
Nugget. As always, let's start this episode by looking through some of your messages and comments from last week's
Can we
episode.
please have a moment that you're in a jacket and a hat in the house
I know, but
with no shoes on?
I put the jacket on because it looks cooler. Like
Does
the
it?
black, yeah. So it's like
Okay.
black and black and then beige hat for anyone who's
We do have the
just
heating
listening.
on as well. We do pay our heating bill. It looks like we
I
don't.
will be
but-
sweating by the end of this.
Here we go.
Did you make
Anyway.
me tea as well?
Yeah, I made you tea.
Oh,
Lovely
there's
cup
me
of
tea
tea,
there.
may I do say.
Right,
if
so
I
let's
do
catch
say
up
so
with...
myself.
It actually is a good cup of tea.
Yep.
I had a little sip before.
Anyway, cheers.
No sugar, thank you. We want to say a big hello to Neve Brennan, who has wrote in to say
Hi,
that
Neve.
she loves the podcast and her mum is a massive Nathan Carter fan. Neve wants us to let her mother know. This is kind of strange that Nathan isn't here. I think he should really be saying this, but we will say it in the spirit of Nathan.
Yeah.
He wants to let you, or Neve, sorry, wants to let you know that she has bought you tickets to Nathan's show in Dublin next year on the 19th of September. So that's for Neve's
that's a lovely
mum,
present.
who
Before
is
Christmas.
called Sandra. Yeah.
Hi, Sandra.
Happy
Enjoy the gig.
Christmas present, I presume. Claire has wrote in to say that she loves the podcast and completely agrees with the paper bag talk. We put a video up this week while I was on tour of Sean with the paper bag. We chatted about that a couple of episodes. For anyone who is new to the podcast, Sean
No
put
one
paper
likes a paper
bags
bag.
into the bin. But Claire wrote in to say the worst paper bags are the pennies ones when you're
No,
in the
can
rain.
we have a moment for the Marks and Spencer paper bags? They are heavy duty.
Oh, are they fancy ones?
Like they're fancy ones, and
Look
they make
at you shopping in Marks and Sparks.
every now and again.
Was that just a special occasion?
Yeah, it
was
was a special occasion. But them, they're don't be fooled. They're good paper bags.
I agree with the Primark
I
ones or
think
the pennies ones.
they're expensive as
Do you
well.
know what wrecks me head about the pennies ones as well? The way that they tape them now and they put a sticker over
Oh no,
them.
that only lasted a little while. That's gone now.
Is that gone? Oh, it must be
Yeah, it
weeks
was
since I was there.
wasting too much
They're
time.
stupid. They are good for the owl cases.
Or
though.
do you know what's right? Do you know what as well? What pennies have done now?
What?
So basically, I think Lidl have this as well, where if you do the self scan,
I know what you're going to say. You
you
have to scan your receipt.
on the way out. But surely, if someone's robbing, it doesn't really matter because, who's checking the receipt?
Yeah.
To make sure they haven't got an extra bleeding bag of potatoes
They do
in their
that,
bag.
or they did that in Lidl in Ballyfermot, but they've now knocked that Lidl down, so it didn't last for long.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
hope that maybe they're rebuilding it, but yeah, that is annoying. We have a message from.
I've just spilled on our
Oh, have you spilled tea on the good cream
on the
couch?
cream couch.
Oh, we'll fix it after the podcast.
Oh my god, it's going to dry in by then.
Can we just say, by the way, we got Lenny 4 years ago, and before he was even 1, Karen decided to get these material cream couches. They've lasted quite a while, in fairness.
Well, until now. Anyway.
And the first week that we got them, we got a little puff with them, do you know, to put your feet on. And I spilt a full cup of tea over the puff.
And he never ran so quick to clean it.
Yeah,
Anyway, I think we're going off
Sorry.
topic.
Anyway,
That's kind of I do that a lot, don't I? Go off topic.
sidetrack. That's okay though, Karen. It's our podcast. We can do what we want. Eva D. I apologise if I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Mayskalak has written in to say that she loves the podcast and listens twice a week. First in her ears, where she has to control herself from laughing out loud, and then our full video episode on YouTube. She loves us all, but especially Karen.
Ah, did she actually say that? Or did you add that in?
No, she said that.
Oh, thank you.
And that's from Eva in Norway.
Oh my God. I was in Norway one time.
Norway.
And let's just say it's extremely expensive.
Did you dance in Norway, did you?
I did. I danced in Oslo. And I'll never forget, I went to the garage thinking I was going to be all like prepared for the competition, because normally you just buy our drinks and water when you get to the competition. And I was like, no, there's a garage here, so let's go and get our water. And back then you had a Red Bull. I wouldn't drink a Red Bull now if you paid me, because it gives me heart palpitations. But I got one then, and I swear to God, got a Red Bull, a couple of bottles of water and a banana. And it was about It was about €100. Couldn't believe it. Nearly dropped dead. Now, never mind buying conditioner, shampoo and conditioner. Jeez, you'd nearly have to remortgage your house if you didn't
do
have
without. That must be in the monthly hair wash, was it?
Oh yeah, I don't bother washing my hair now. Jake, don't be telling everyone I don't wash my hair.
And finally, we want to say a big happy 50th birthday to Karen, another Karen.
Happy birthday!
From Norfolk, who loves the podcast and is also a huge Nathan Carter fan. We got two big Nathan Carter messages in this week's one, but sadly he's not here, guys.
I think that's him writing them in himself.
It must be, yeah.
It must be.
He's made loads of spelling mistakes as well. Right, for our catch up this week, how's your week been, Karen? I normally say how's everyone's week been,
My
but
week has been...
it's literally just me and you.
A bit boring. There hasn't been many events happening.
I haven't stopped.
Oh, here we go.
No, but I haven't.
He just asked me how my week was so he can say how busy his week was.
No, but I got back. I didn't really sleep well this week on the tour bus. We were on the tour bus this weekend again. We were in just above London in a place called Broxbourne. Then we were in Birmingham. Then we were in Christchurch, which is by Bournemouth. And it got back. The flight landed at 8:30 and I went straight to the Lark because I've started panto rehearsals in Balbriggan.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I got a shower there, which I was very happy with being able to do.
Can we please have a moment? I've never met anyone so clean. Like, don't get me wrong, we all have a shower in the morning when you're getting ready. But Jake has a shower to nearly have another shower.
Yeah, I am quite a clean freak.
Remember when now here's the test.
That's what you called me.
That's exactly what... So when I first met Jake, how would I describe him? And I used to use the word scrupulous.
Why is it only when you first met me? Am I not now?
No, you are, but you used to say, what even is that word? What's it mean?
Yeah, I never knew what it was.
So you didn't know many words till you met me.
No, you're like a dictionary.
I'm a woman of many words.
You also have many words that aren't actually words, though.
No, they're all words.
So I have to check sometimes if you're making them up.
You tell me, oh, that's not even a word, and we Google it, and what is it? It makes sense.
Not all the time.
It does.
But anyway, I got a shower and I also...
done.
I bought this nice outfit, right? It was double denim. I was really proud of it.
Can I break it to you?
From River Island. Did you not like it?
I'm not mad about it.
Well, I wasn't
with you when you bought it.
I bought it to wear it on the TV because I'm on a TV show later on this week. But then... Yeah, when I got over here, I was like, I've no clean clothes for rehearsals. So I had, I knew this when I was in the airport. I had clean jocks, I had clean socks, that was all right. But then I bought trainers in the airport for the first time. I never buy any clothes in the airport.
No, but you just never treat yourself.
No, I don't really buy myself clothes that often. Like, but I was really proud. I'm actually kind of really annoyed that you don't like that outfit.
It's just grand. It looks like you should have been in Backstreet Boys or something years ago.
NSYNC.
Yeah, or bleeding JLS.
No, do you know what double denim always reminds me of? Danny from The Script. And I was a big Script fan. Still am. Like The Script.
Yeah, I like The Script as well, but I mean...
I'm going to wear this on TV this week. I'm on TV.
Please just let us know what you think. But
after this podcast is out. Can you just let me know if you like my outfit? I'm on the 6 o'clock show.
In case you didn't realise, like I revamped your wardrobe when we first met. Jake was the type of person that would wear bootcut jeans and don't even start, and an actual suit pair of shoes on a night out. Please, if you're a man and you wear a suit pair of shoes with a pair of jeans, do you know what I mean? We need to have a conversation.
Yeah, okay, right. Maybe
like,
you
can
did,
you have a moment for him doing that and a little
But I used
black
to just
short?
wear white shirts all the time. I used to just live in shirts.
Yeah, even worse, a white short, a pair of bleeding bootcut jeans and a pair of suit shoes.
For those of you that aren't familiar with the Dublin accent, Karen is not saying that I wore white shorts, by the way. I've never wore white shorts.
A
white shirt.
But anyway, like, full on ick, so I totally revamped them. Didn't I, Jake? Now, give me that.
But leave my double denim outfit alone.
And also,
what did you think of my new shoes that I bought?
Clothes, that's my jumper he's wearing. Just putting it out
This is Karen's jumper.
Because Jake washed it and it literally came out the size of bleeding... What? It just stretched to nothing.
You said I could put it in the washing machine. Yeah. But you know what? I had 3 people compliment me on this jumper today.
Complimenting you.
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah,
but they were all asking, why does it say S on it?
S for sexy.
That's exactly what I said.
That's what I used to say.
It's a nice jumper though. It's very warm.
Sisters and Seekers, by the way, if people are wondering.
Right, so I started panto rehearsals
No, you didn't.
last week, this week.
I feel like when I say really funny lines, you totally dismiss them. Not that
Karen,
you didn't.
I've heard, oh no, you didn't.
No, I know that's quite
times.
cliche,
More
but in
50
general,
million times this week.
I feed you funny lines and you don't even hear them.
Yeah.
I'm sick of
Sometimes they're just not that funny though.
I'm bleeding hilarious.
So yeah, but I was like going away on tour this weekend, fully intentional. No, that's not the word.
Can we have a moment that I kept the whole house going, like for the like you went away Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and came back Monday night.
I know.
Like I had to.
But I was working,
Lenny,
like.
Oh,
and you kept the whole house. You looked after Lenny.
I'm sitting on my arse doing nothing, am I?
No, I'm not saying that, but.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bleeding domestic.
But anyway, right. I went away with the intention of learning the script on the tour bus, recorded myself saying it, put my headphones in. I was like, yeah, it's going to happen. Did I open that script once while I was on tour?
You were very bold.
There's just too many distractions though. And then obviously,
the gym?
No, well, I did go to the gym while I was over there as well. Yeah,
you made time.
That was the only time I actually listened to the script.
Oh.
And then I got back and I was back in on Monday and I was like, oh, everyone's going to know it and I'm going to be the one that doesn't. But thankfully they didn't.
That's
so
me in pro rehearsals. Oh, so right. In pro rehearsals, it's like, so we do all the pro rehearsals, we learn our dances in November, and then by the time the show comes around in January, February, March, we're kind of redoing the dances. But like you go in on a Friday, so say we get through 12 routines in November. Are you telling me by the time March comes, do you think I remember what I done in November? Not a hope. But you'll always get, it's like in school, you get them dancers that are like, no, I have, now when I tell you, I say, oh, I haven't a clue of this, like I can't remember this at all. You always get the other dancers, oh no, me either. And then the bleeding music comes on, they're like 5, 6, 7, hitting everything. And I'm the one in the corner being like, am I the only one that was telling the truth here? So I learned, if they say they don't know, they do. When I tell you I haven't looked at something, or do you know them people in school that's like, I love all the dancers, by the way. I'm just laughing that I'm always the one that's like, really
I know the kids you're on about though. Oh no,
I haven't a clue. And then that pure,
practiced.
they're like, okay guys, start your test. And they're like that,
100%.
writing a million bleeding sentences. And I'm sitting there looking at the blackboard going, nah, I actually genuinely mean I didn't.
Yeah.
Because when I do look over something or learn it, I take pride in that. And I'm like, yes, I know it. 5, 6, 7, 8, that's on 1, that's on 5. But like the majority of the time, I am that person that's like, listen, it was on in November. Do you think I remember it now? Yeah. It'll be grand on the night.
I'm actually, to be
fake
like,
it till you make
in
it.
the panto as well, obviously there's some dancing. Like not loads, but there is some. But
as in, you're going to try and dance?
Of course. Do you not know that I won Dance with the Stars in 2018?
And can we have a moment for him constantly so do you know I learned I really say, can I have a moment all the time?
Can I have a moment?
Can you have a moment? But you always say, I won it. Do you think you won it on your own?
I'm not saying that you didn't
win
it.
We won it.
But you're giving out about my dancing.
No, I know, but you keep saying, I won Dance with
the
Stars. No, you wouldn't have won it without me.
I know, but I still won.
Did you see how bad you were in week 1?
Doesn't make a difference.
Exactly. Go back and look at week 1. I progressed it to where you were. Yeah, so we won.
But anyway, I'm like that with the pantomime because you've got to learn. I'm not giving out, by the way, but you've got to learn obviously a script.
Sounds like it from where
new
I
songs, and one of my own songs are in the panto this year, so at least I know that one. So I'm all right with that.
At least I can sing along.
You have to learn dance moves as well, and I always just put the dancing to the end.
Is like you can't fake that till you make it.
As a character, you can, yeah. Well, but then the other side of it is, not to mention that I won Dance with the Stars again. Sorry, not to mention that we won Dance with the Stars again.
Do you understand where I'm coming from, people?
I am in the panto, like people, like the choreographers are always like, oh sure, that'll be nothing to you because you won Dance with the Stars. Like they think I'm a dancer and I'm like, hang on a second, I'm not a dancer.
I just had an unbelievably amazing, unreal teacher.
True.
Did you
that one switch up week that I had. Too far.
Your dance was without me.
But getting back to this week, it's gone really cold.
We haven't spoken like this in ages because I haven't seen you. I feel like we're really catching up on life.
It's like a therapy session.
It really is. Maybe we should
do
this
passing
more
chips
often.
in the night at the minute, to be honest.
We never see each other, and I have to say we haven't been happier.
That's the secret to a happy relationship.
Think because there's nothing more.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Is that?
That's the saying.
Alright, bleeding Shakespeare over there. But I just think it's lovely to miss someone.
It is. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not saying I ever miss you, but I'd say you miss me terrible.
Oh, don't stop thinking of you the minute I leave the door, Karen.
Oh, I know you don't. You don't have to even pretend that you're saying that's a joke, Jake. That's serious.
But back to the podcast, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
It's freezing. It's gone really cold.
Well, it looks like freezing, which looking at you right now.
So back to going on tour again this weekend, being on the tour bus, like was so cold, and there's heating on, but like it's just.
I actually think there's nothing worse than being freezing cold.
Oh, and I slept in. Do you know, like my sheepskin coat that I got from Penny's like 2 years ago? It's lasted me. Everyone thinks it's worth a few hundred.
Is that the one, the Del Boy coat that like your brother was slagging?
They were all slagging me, saying I looked like Del Boy.
I love
what,
that coat.
Dave?
So you actually slept in that?
I slept in that on the first night because I was that cold.
But then to get an old snuddy.
It depends. If the bus has like full power, then the heating can be on. But the first night where we were, it didn't have like 3-phase power.
So
it just had like 13 amps or something.
Does it feel like the covers are a bit damp with the cold?
No, it's not that cold, but I just mean it's cold. But the reason I was saying why it's cold is the real benefit of when it's really cold out is when you leave your drinks outside. Or
we left them on our balcony.
I got a bottle of water today out of the car, and it was like ice. It was, and then I had a can of Monster as well today. I needed that, and it was literally frozen. It was so nice.
Yeah, but there's nothing worse when you go out to the car, like first thing going to the gym and your car's frozen over. That wrecks your head because you don't put that into your time again to the gym.
I was like that this morning. Late. I was delayed.
Well, you got me a spray for the car.
I did, de-icer.
And do you know
what
was in my boot?
Date? Do you know that stuff goes out of date?
Oh, it was grand. But it was in my boot, but my boot wouldn't open because it was iced over.
Oh, no.
But I forced it open.
One person has wrote in as well. I meant to say this in the messages before. Last week we were talking about best Christmas presents and worst Christmas presents. Yeah. They wrote in to say that my sister and I are huge Barry Manilow fans. Do you know who Barry Manilow is?
Is that Copacabana?
No, that's not Barry Manilow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, is that not Ricky Martin or someone?
No, it's not.
Who sings Copacabana?
I just think Barry Manilow is one of those. He is. I bet you.
Oh, it is? You're right.
No, you would want to go and see a doctor because I'm right.
That's very good, Karen.
Cheek.
Fair play to you. I would never have known that was Barry Manilow. Anyway,
that's a samba.
Oh, very good. But she couldn't afford the tickets at the time, and on Xmas morning, her door knocked, and outside was a singing Santa with an envelope containing 2 tickets. My boyfriend had bought me the tickets to go, and this was the best Christmas present I ever got.
That is so
George, cute. Who was my boyfriend at the time, is now my husband of 26 years.
Oh,
isn't that nice?
That is the cute. 26 years married.
I remember, I can't believe you got that song right, Karen.
Like, you keep telling me, stuff I say don't make sense. I am so
Sometimes
knowledgeable.
You're very clever.
Sometimes.
You are. But
I know.
Funny story about Barry Manilow. Years ago, Nathan was working with his tour promoter in the UK, and they were also looking after Barry Manilow. And Nathan got tickets for Nan to go and see him. Yeah. And Nan was like, oh, I love Barry Manilow. And then she went to the gig, and then she was like, he didn't sing any of his big songs. Like, do you think I'm sexy or Maggie May? And we were like, nah, that's Rod Stewart. She got them completely mixed up.
I don't really, I know obviously Rod Stewart, but I don't know them songs that you just mentioned.
You do.
Do you think I'm sexy?
Yeah.
What song is that?
You definitely know that song.
What does it go like?
Here we go. I'm going to play it for you now.
What does it just sing?
Do you think I'm sexy? I'm not going to sing it, Karen. I'm knackered. Been in panto rehearsals all day.
Boo hoo.
So that's the story about Nan anyway. She thought she was going to a Rod Stewart concert. Story. Right. That is our catch up for this week. We will be back with Karen's Conundrum, so don't go anywhere.
So welcome back, and we're going straight in with the Karen's Conundrum. I am going to say it's my favourite section because it's mine. But this is just something that recently I've noticed about you, Jake.
It's me again.
Yeah, it's you again.
Can you not do a week where it's not about me, that you actually have a conundrum?
So, like, do you ever get when you tell somebody something that, like, you shouldn't tell the person, and you're really like, please don't tell the person I've told you because it's going to make it look like I'm after being talking about them, but, well, I have been, but it's something that you can't really repeat. Now, Jake goes and says it to the person and says, I told him.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Who did I do this with?
I'm not going to say who now on the podcast. No,
so, right, Karen got some news recently that we can't talk about, right? But you said I can't.
I'm not about that news. I'm on about when I was talking about, I could have said something, let's just say about Nathan or something, saying, oh, you pure go and say it to someone else in your family, then they say it to him. And I'm like, Jesus, I didn't want it to be spreading like wildfire. No, I'm actually quite good at keeping
secrets.
Are you for real?
If it's something that, like, isn't that bad, I probably will tell Nathan or
if I say, right, Jake, now such and such said da-da-da-da-da, but obviously wait till they tell you. Oh, no, he goes and says it to them.
Oh, this is about Kira. This is about my sister told you something.
Jake's lovely sister told me something. And Jake then went and told his mum. And then I said to Jake, Jake, obviously, like, that's something that she told me and da-da-da. And you're
Yeah,
like...
but I
Because
disagree.
I am genuinely, like, I'm not that person that would, like,
I
say
get
something
you,
back in a
but I
negative
also-
way, but sometimes it looks like that, and I'm like,
But hang
oh
on,
my God.
I told my ma and I said, Mum, don't tell Kira that I
but
know.
no, what happened? I said to Jake, did you say that to her? And she was like, he says, no, sure, it doesn't, I don't care and all. No, not that it's not even that, and actually, it's so minuscule. Do you like that?
Do you know what?
Hang on, let me finish.
Oh.
It's so minuscule that it doesn't even matter. But the point of the matter is, Jake's ma rings then and then starts saying, oh yeah, so I said that to Kira, and I says, Jake, I literally asked you to
So
just
my
say to
ma
your
shot
mum.
me in the foot because I was on
answers the
speaker
phone
to me
and
ma.
she's on
Karen's
speaker.
beside me and I had told Karen because I
But
didn't
2
want to get
seconds
involved
before
in
the
it.
phone call, 2 seconds, I said, Jake, you didn't obviously say that back. And he was like, no, I didn't know. So I'm not going to, why would I bother? Phone rings, hi son, how are you? Don't worry anyway, sure, it doesn't matter about such as... And I'm like, and then he goes mad at me because I looked at him and I was like, Jake, I honestly asked you, did you say it back? And you said no.
Yeah,
and now
because
your
I just
ma's
didn't want to
after-
start an argument, you know what I
But
mean?
just, my whole thing about this is just honesty is the best policy.
Yeah, but I actually am alright to keeping
No, you're
secrets.
not. You're not. You're definitely
Do you know
not.
who's
You're a big-
not? Do you know who's
Yeah,
terrible?
Grumps, you were going to say.
Oh, well, him, yeah, he's a big shit.
Because you always say
He'd
Grumps
tell
as
everyone.
in Jake's granddad, but
But
Jake
you know
is
who's
the
not
same.
as well? Is the fella that's normally sitting there, Nathan.
I thought you meant Lenny.
He's
I was
terrible.
Like,
He
how do we
can't. He
know?
can't hold his water. That's the saying, isn't it? Yeah.
No, you'd say PISS.
I know. I didn't want to say that though. Do you know what I mean?
But I thought you were pointing to Lenny.
No, Nathan. He's really bad. So, like, for instance, Karen got news recently, and I like.
You're making it sound like I'm bleeding pregnant or something.
No, she's not pregnant and she's not
Definitely.
engaged.
Yeah, I know. Remind yourself that I'm not engaged. I swear to God, I know I say it every podcast, if I was you, I'd be down on your knees begging me.
Do you know when you do get engaged to like a girl though? How do you know?
Hang on. Wait. When you do get engaged to a girl.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Do you know when
There's
we
no
eventually
rephrasing it. You
when
said
when we eventually get
so
engaged,
whoever
right?
wants to be married to me, my DMs are open. Do you know
No,
what I mean?
right, listen, sorry.
Whenever you want to get engaged to a girl.
We can cut that bit out.
No, you will not cut it out. Keep it in.
When we eventually get engaged, right?
No, you're going to get down on your knee. I won't be doing
No,
nothing.
but honestly, right? How's the man meant to know like what ring the girl likes or
I
like
don't
what
really
size
wear
it is
rings.
or all that
Right,
stuff?
so I'll tell you now, my knuckles are quite wide, but my finger is skinny. So, like, to get over the knuckle...
Like, what is it? Ring size even? Is it in
I
millimeters?
wouldn't have a
What's it
bleeding
in?
clue. No, but... Oh, I feel like he's asked me a lot of details, people. He must be bleeding.
This makes it sound like I'm gonna start. We're not getting engaged for a while.
Do you know
are we?
what? I'm real. First of all, I'm like not a ring person, so I don't think I'd like a ring.
But that's a genuine question.
yeah,
How are you meant to know?
You know, how are you meant to know?
I don't know.
Well, you'd want to start bleeding
But like,
bigger than
it'd
new.
ruin the surprise then if you're like, oh, come with me and let me know which ring you like. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, there's people that go out ring shopping.
No, I wouldn't be
I'd
into that.
die of embarrassment going in and picking out a ring.
But you
and
get me
first
though.
of all, I wouldn't want to be spending stupid money on a ring. I'd rather a pair of runners.
How much are you thinking I
there's
should
loads of
spend
pairs of
eventually?
runners. I don't know. What do you
Wouldn't
spend
have
on a
clue.
ring?
I don't know.
Like, I don't wear rings, so I wouldn't want to waste my money.
All right.
But also on engagement
Happy days. Don't
type
have to
of
get one
things.
eventually.
Like, I personally, like, do you know the way people love, like, that whole big scene and all? If Jake was ever, or whoever is getting down on their knee for me, do you know what I mean? Because I am a good catch. Like, if whoever it is out there, got down on the knee in front of people, I would kick you back off your knee. I'd be like, don't you ever do that and embarrass
Yeah,
me.
but you said that already whenever we got
threw
together.
a birthday party
I
for
threw
me.
Karen a surprise birthday party
Yeah, and
a
I
couple of years ago.
absolutely wanted to
But you were happy after it.
happy, but in my own head, I was still like, I'm gonna absolutely knock you out when we get home.
Yeah, but you liked it.
No, I'd never want it again. So don't you ever get ideas that I want to party.
Oh,
I
come
don't
here.
do that. Like that. I hate being the
Fine.
centre of attention.
You'll enjoy it. But anyway,
No.
back to the secrets, right?
How did we get on to engagement?
I actually think I'm not bad.
No, you're terrible. So that was my conundrum. That if you tell Jake something and you say don't say it to somebody, he tells you he
But
hasn't
everyone-
said it to somebody and he has.
Everyone has that like one or two people. Like other than if you're in a couple.
Oh
like,
yeah, no, like 100%. If somebody
people that
says
say
to me,
something to
Karen,
me-
this is the news that you have, you can't really say it to anyone. Of
You
course, I'm
tell
going to
me,
say
yeah.
it to Jake and
But-
my ma and my dad and my sisters.
Well, that's you can't be telling all them. I was literally
Are
going
you
to say,
for
I'd tell
real?
you, I'd tell me ma, depending on what it is, because I don't really see her that often anyway, and she's in Liverpool.
You talk to her on the phone about 20 times a day.
I know, but I don't see her, so I'd probably tell her if it's like, you know, something that I can tell her,
And you're going to tell Nathan.
and I'd probably tell Nathan. Yeah.
So that's, yeah. And your ma tell
But
your
sometimes
dad.
I wouldn't tell Nathan because I know that he's not good at keeping secrets at all.
Well, you
especially if it's
told
something
him
to do
what
with
I
the
told
family.
you not to tell him.
I know, but
And he said, oh, That was it actually as well. I said, oh, like, I want to tell him, like, and he was just like, oh, no, of course, I won't tell him.
Oh, yeah,
Sitting, having something to eat, flashing a message on his phone, oh, I'm delighted or something about such, and I'm like, I thought you said you didn't tell him. Oh, yeah, sorry, no, I told him.
So he threw me on the... that was the exact same thing as well, though. I told him, and I was like...
You are a compulsive...
Don't tell Karen that I've told you, though. And then
we're
he goes
in a
and tells you.
restaurant having something to eat, and I'm on a mad one to him going, no, like, actually, you can't hold your own... Do you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Going on mad. Looks down, he's recording me, sends it to Nathan. And I was like, no, I'm done here.
Right, everyone. That's Karen's conundrum for this week. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with Jake's take just after this quick break. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Carter Couch episode 10 with me, Jake, and her, Karen. And Nathan
me, Karen.
is away in Australia.
Is in Aussie, and
Lenny's asleep.
Born.
Carter. This week's Jake's take is going to be on smells. Okay, so this lady beside me here has to have one of the best senses of smells out of anyone, and I'm talking like she could sniff something that is in your house. Nose. She could sniff what you had from like 3 days ago, and she'd knew that you cooked it in your house. Yeah, like you do have a very good sense of smell. Do you know I
grew up with like. I always remember being like, I'd come in from school and be like, oh ma, were you cooking X, Y, or Z? And she's like, oh my God, why do you have to comment on the smell of any like things all the time? I don't know what it is about me. Now, here's a question for you, right? Mm-hmm. If, like, let's all be real, like, you're after being in the gym, you stink, right? Yeah. Sometimes. I would be the first one to be like, oh, come here, I'm after being in the gym and all, I feel ming and I stink. My ma used to go mad at me for saying something like that. She's like, Karen, like, you shouldn't be saying that and all. But I'm like, I would rather openly say, hang on, I'm after being in the gym or whatever. Now, I probably don't stink, but in my head, I'm like, I'm just letting you know I stink. She goes mad when I say that because she's like, that's not something you should say. I would rather openly say I stink than people go...
Like, are you saying it to the fella in Tesco? I'd say it to
whoever me. I'd say, come here, I'm at the, don't mind me.
Right, but on the topic of smells, right, I had this conversation with the lads on tour this weekend. Do you think that we'll ever get to a stage, right? You know,
I know what you're going to say.
Now you can FaceTime someone. Yeah. So you can FaceTime someone that you can see them and you can hear them. I wonder will we ever get to a stage where you can smell what they're smelling?
Yeah, I don't think I'd want that.
Hopefully you're not FaceTiming on the toilet, like. But
you always do that.
I do. I always send Snapchats on the toilet.
You're not sending them to me, so who are you sending them to? Nathan.
Size of that. But
Jake,
anyway,
that is... You'd never do that, would you?
Occasionally, sometimes, maybe.
I'm gone off you now.
But do you ever reckon we'll actually get to the stage of smelling through the phone? Like, I could be like, what do you think of this aftershave? And like, and you can smell it.
Yeah, that's actually very interesting. Cool, wouldn't it? I'm sure eventually, and like when we're well gone.
Jeez, maybe sooner than that.
Never
I
know.
hope so.
But I am a compulsive smeller.
You are a compulsive smeller.
Like, so I was running out the door the other day and I was after making fish in the air fryer real quick, right? And I knew I was late. I was on the way to the studio and I was like, Jace, I haven't actually had a thing today. Better make something quick. I looked and I was like, oh my God, I literally have to leave in 15 minutes. So had fish, cod, and I threw it in the air fryer, right? And stuck it in a little lunchbox and ate it on the way down to the car. And got into the car and I ate it and didn't think I had of it. And then I collected Megan, who teaches with me, and I was like, Meg, I'm after being eating fish if you can smell it. She was like, I'm glad you said something because your car is absolutely stinking. But Karen,
that doesn't mean you have a good sense of smell. I got back to the house and the house stunk of fish. It was the strongest smelling fish I've had. Like,
so I actually want to apologise because I probably smelled like what my dad
used to cook years ago and stink the house out. He'd have like...
Do you ever get like that
mackerel
smell
or something? It's like...
No, not mackerel. Just
what's the
cod.
smell?
White
no,
cod.
It wasn't cod. It was... No, we used to cook little fish and they looked like fish as you were cooking them. Does that make sense?
Oh, sardines. Oh, Jesus, sardines are stinking.
I think it was mackerel.
No, mackerel is a big long thing.
On the topic of smells then, what's your favourite smell? Give me a favourite smell.
As in perfume?
No, just like favourite smell in life.
Do you know what I love washing powder. Like I love that smell of like washing powder, like that real.
Washing.
Do you ever get, like there's some people that walk in and you're chatting to them and you can just smell that washing powder? Have a thing about that.
Yeah.
You're crap at the washing. Your washing does smell rotten. When I wash and dry, it smells like pure.
I use the exact same
like
stuff
Lenore, like you're after. Oh my God, you smell like that's a pure fret. Like
that's because you probably put half the bottle
right now. I washed it and it smells like full on blue Lenore, massive. When Jake washes it, you still smell like damp.
Right, I'm going to say my favourite smell is petrol. I really love the smell of petrol.
Petrol.
Right.
Or
But can I just say
remover.
that when it's
so bad
really
for you.
cold out, that cold, fresh smell. Do you ever
I
know
love
that?
that smell.
And it's just, I think it's more of like the
Clean.
cold air.
Yeah,
But it's real fresh.
Like eucalyptus.
Yeah. What's your least favourite smell?
Oh, me least. A damp. I hate the smell of damp clothes.
Oh, a damp person. A person
Damp,
wearing
like
damp clothes.
you're after wearing that t-shirt and you didn't wash it properly and it stinks of damp. I just can't. I can't. No, damp.
Yeah.
Damp to me, damp is even worse than BO. People that know the smell, like envision like the smell of pure damp clothes.
Yeah.
Rotten.
I think the worst smelling thing is...
Your football boots.
Oh, they're a bit stinky now, in
bleeding rotten.
fairness, yeah. But fox's poo. Do you know when Lenny sometimes rolls in it? And it doesn't even smell of poo. It's like even
Yeah,
worse.
if you know, but dogs
Anyone
think
who has
that's
a dog,
like
they
full
probably
on perfume.
has
They
rolled
love
in
it.
before. That is the worst smelling thing ever.
But you know, like I'm a bit odd. Like see out and like that, like poo or like nothing. Like I wouldn't be see Shell, my sister, full on haves with the smell of Anton. Like she can't cope with smells. Smells don't bother me. They wouldn't make me feel sick or anything.
They would with
I have a
me
good
certain
stomach.
things. Yeah. Like I've never changed a nappy on a baby or anything before.
Well,
I
that'd
don't
be a
know how
bit weird because you haven't got a baby.
No, but you know the way like some people have like, well, I suppose I've no nephews and
Yeah,
nieces
no.
either, like, yeah, but
Who,
I've
some
never had
random
to.
baby.
But
No,
like,
stuff
I
like
don't
that
know how
wouldn't
I'd
bother
deal
me.
with that.
No, I wouldn't. But maybe that's just because it was my niece.
You just have to deal with it.
Maybe
when
if it was
you
a
get to that
random
stage, I suppose.
someone else's baby, maybe. But yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Nan doesn't have a sense of smell.
I find that weird, and she always buys
Really expensive perfume.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to Liffey Valley?
John Paul Gaultier. That's what
She always
wears.
buys that, and
Yeah.
remember, she insisted on trying to buy me a bottle of perfume. I was like, absolutely
I
no.
know.
But she always get our like. Remember for Christmas we were like, oh, what will we get her? And I remember when I first was with you.
Yeah.
I was like, let's get her a nice like Joe Malone candle or something. He was like, absolutely no point. She can't smell any
Yeah.
smelly candles.
I'm obsessed with candles as well.
Or
by
even
the
when
way.
she used to
Love
come over and
candles.
stay here, I'd be scrubbing the place and lighting all the candles. Jake's like, she's not going to smell it anyway.
That's another one of my favourite smells. Lavender. Love lavender.
I think lavender can be borderline pissy.
Or incense when you're burning incense. Oh,
It depends on the flavour of the incense. But lavender can
No,
be
like
dodgy. It
normal
can
plain
smell a bit
incense.
weedy as well. It can.
Right, guys, that's our Jake's Take this weekend. We want to know what your favourite smells are or your least favourite smells. Send them in to us at thecartercouch@gmail.com, or you can get us on all of our social medias at thecartercouch. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back very, very shortly with our In the Bin section. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our In the Bin section. This is our section of the podcast where we vote on whether things go in the bin or not. There's only two of us today, so
There is, yeah.
there's no unanimous decision.
No, it'd still be
Hopefully
my,
we don't
my
argue.
vote count.
Right, we have Sally Buxton from Nottingham.
Hi, Sally.
Who has wrote in to say she agrees with Nathan last week with hotel sheets, with the way they tucked them in. She also agrees that should be in the bin.
That is a right ahead.
And I really like this one. It's so good. I also want to add hotel coat hangers, the one where you have to slot the top into the ring to hang them.
Does my
It's so
head
true.
in.
Yeah. Now,
Sally.
yeah,
Oh
you've
my
hit the
God,
nail
I'm
on the head
such
there,
on
Sally.
the same page. Oh, we were only staying in that hotel in Portugal, Unreal Hotel. Is that so you don't rob the hangers?
That's exactly what it's for, so you don't rob them. So I get...
Are people robbing hangers?
I know, you'd have to be... well, I suppose some people, yeah, will take
I
anything.
suppose I can't say I never robbed a hanger in my life.
No, but you never rob a hanger intentionally, unless you have to.
Well, all right, we'll say that.
Well, I suppose
yeah.
that's still robbing, yeah.
Yeah,
But no,
just-
I
yeah.
agree.
I didn't mean to rob that. I swear it wasn't intentional.
They're so annoying. Like, how much is a hanger as well? 10p. So, if, like, not everyone's going to rob one. If 1 in every 100 rob a hanger, what does it matter to the
oh
hotel?
God,
like?
I never thought of that, but they really
And it's
bug
so
me.
hard to get back in.
And
it
it's
takes
even the
ages.
noise of the metal scraping off the metal when you're trying to
Yeah.
put it in the hole.
It's
Gives
so
me
true.
the shivers.
Sally, I think
Sally, that
you've
is
won
probably
the
one
in
of
the
the
bin
best
section.
in the bin we've
That's
received
the best
to
one we've
date.
had so far this season. I have an in the bin.
You don't need to put your hand up, Jake.
Sorry. I want to put people who open cans or bottles and don't finish them.
Right, so there's never any hope of that happening in ours because I open a can and I take a sup out of it and I go to drink it and it's gone. And I'm like, Jake, that was mine. Oh yeah, I just took a sup.
I'm always really thirsty, like, but yeah.
Thirsty fish.
So this happened again, going back to the tour bus, right? The amount of
Waste.
Coke Zero, Diet Cokes, waters that I was pouring down the drain because I didn't own them. And they were just sitting
so
there.
annoying.
And you know, it's just like, if you're going to open it, take it with you. Drink it somewhere, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you're not going to finish it, don't open it.
Yeah, no,
Or
that
ask
I agree.
someone, can I have a sip of that? And I'll pour some in a
This is the
glass or
first time
something.
we've actually agreed.
Yeah.
That's
So
really
that
Lily
annoys me.
and so my niece and Ash, my sister, they come over all the time and open drinks and just leave them on the table half drunk.
I don't mind bottle of water. Don't
Would you
mind
drink
so
out
much.
of a can from someone else?
No.
See,
No,
I
unless it was you, I wouldn't drink out.
Do you know,
of
I was like,
a waterfall.
I'd actually share with
sometimes.
Lenny quicker than I'd share with most people.
If it's
But
like Nathan or like someone in my family, I'd like waterfall it, so like not touch me lips.
I just, even when I remember being in school and somebody go, oh, can I have a sup of drink? And I'm like, no. I was always the person to say no, because I'm like, that is
I say
disgusting.
that, but sometimes when I'm drinking something, I would be like to like me mates or something, I'll have a taste of that. That wouldn't bother me.
Oh,
but
no.
if it's a can,
no,
I think
see,
it's
I
different.
can't. It's the thought of someone's mouth around my bottle. I couldn't. Like someone's mouth that, even if you know them, I just couldn't share a drink.
Okay. But we
I
can
could
put that
with
in the
me
bin then.
niece
We can
and,
put
like,
them
of
type
course,
of people
but-
in the bin. We're going to put Lily, your niece in the bin.
Oh no, don't put her in the bin.
Because she opens
She's
cans
like,
all the time
she's
and
my
leaves
best
them.
friend. She's
No,
not even allowed.
We're not going to
That's
put her
why
in the
she's-
bin, but we need to teach her not to
No,
do
it's
that.
Ash. Blame our ma.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both of
Ash,
them.
we blame you.
So yeah, we've one more in the bin from Katie Blue.
Hi, Katie.
The in the bin section this
That's
week
such
is
a cool
on
name,
fire.
Katie Blue.
Yeah, sounds like a
like
stage name.
Yeah, doesn't it?
She wants to put, and again, I agree with this, it's brilliant, self-service checkouts in the bin.
Oh, they
How many
wrecked me head.
times I had to place milk on the flipping tray today and nearly threw it through the shop.
No, but there's some places you go and they're so exact.
Do you know I
It
went
depends on
to,
where you are. Tesco's dodgy as I bleed and don't know what. Most of the time. Love Tesco's and all. Not, do you know what I mean? No hate. But that's pure one of them that keeps going, please place the item in the tin. Da-da-da. Wait on assistance.
Yeah.
And you're like...
Well,
and
do you know what I do with
too
Tesco now?
embarrassed
I
having
do
to wait.
the thing where you go in and you get the self-scanner.
I've
It's
never
so much
done that.
handier. And you know how much you're spending.
Yeah, see, Jake does all the shopping and all. I couldn't
But
think about it more. So
I was
hate
actually in
doing
Aldi
shopping.
about 2 hours ago and
Do they have a self-scan?
they didn't have any tills on. Maybe it was Lidl. Was
Maybe
it
you
Lidl?
just...
No, it was
No,
Aldi.
them bagels are Aldi.
They didn't have any tills on, so I had to use the self-scanner. And
Do they
I had,
have a self-scan in
yeah,
Aldi?
but I had loads of stuff, and I was like, "This is stupid." So I couldn't physically fit.
Do you know?
I was having to stack
listen,
stuff on top of
do
each
you
other.
know, even if I have loads of stuff, I prefer a self-scan because I don't like talking to people.
No, you get to chat to them. How's your day been? Blah
Oh,
blah. blah.
no.
And then, but I couldn't fit the stuff on the self-scanner, so it was just maybe it's because it was later in the day or something. But still, I just feel like we're losing the like
Hello, how are
people
you?
and the connection. Yeah, it's like
You don't have a connection with bleeding a woman that you're doing.
Well,
That's serving you doing the
Dorothy,
shopping.
who's working in Aldi, I'd like to have a chat with her and see how her day's been. Do you know what I mean? But I had this woman
Would
just
you now?
standing there like, and then I forgot to pay for a bag, obviously.
Oh, you
So
forgot.
then
Same way you forgot you
I
robbed the
hadn't
hanger.
paid. But then I was like to the woman, "Oh, sorry, can I just grab a bag?" And she was like, "Yeah, you have to cancel your transaction because you've got to pay for the bag." And I was like, "All right, love, I know. Like it's 70p."
Do you know I
what
nearly
mean?
robbed petrol the other day? Diesel.
What?
So I was paying for my stuff and I was literally leaving the garage and my friend Kira was
Oh.
like, Karen, do you know...
So you didn't intentionally nearly
No.
rob it.
She
Do
was
you
like,
know,
hello, like you didn't pay for your diesel. And I was like, oh my God, if she hadn't have said that, I would have full on walked out. What would have happened to me?
So you did this. Well, I can tell you because me and Nathan
you wanna hold me?
robbed Diesel twice, unintentionally, might I add. Years and years and years ago, when I was, I'd say only like 13 or 14, we went out to a gig once, and I filled the diesel for him. He went into the shop, and then I went in and bought stuff as well. And I can't remember what way it happened.
Anyway, you just got a mix up.
But we completely didn't realise it was late at night. Got home, it was the service station in Cavan, and a week later there was a knock on the door, and it was the police. And they were like, "Sorry, we've just come to ask you about you taking fuel."
Oh my God, like
So
full
they
on.
landed at the house and all. The
If
police.
Kira didn't say to me, Karen, did you pay for your diesel? I would have just drove off.
But you know the worst thing about this story is, so
well,
that was
normally
fine.
they do say to you when you're getting even a cup of tea or something, did you get any diesel
They
or
do
petrol?
now, but they didn't years ago.
But she didn't in the shop this time.
The funny thing is that happened, and then 2 weeks later or something like that again. I went in to pay for, I think he only put like 20 quid or something in, and I went in to buy myself something, and I thought he'd just paid on the self thing. So I just got in, and only that had happened a couple of weeks before, I then said to him, as we were driving up the road, this was in Enniskillen, and I was like, "Did you pay for that diesel?" And he was like, "Oh, no." So we had to go back. So
he's
twice
definitely, yeah,
he's
he
done it.
knew what he was at.
Yeah, we were going to a party, I remember, and we had to turn around. So, yeah, I've done that twice. But anyway, self-service checkouts,
Yeah, put them in the bin.
Yeah, we can vote.
Yeah.
They're all going in the bin. That was a great in the bin section this week.
That was Thanks
so much.
That was, yeah. It was
So
on fire.
anyone else who's got stuff that they want to add to our bin, you can get in touch with us
quite full.
on our email at thecartercouch@gmail.com, or you can get in touch with us on social media at thecartercouch. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with Nathan's Nugget for this week very shortly. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Carter Couch episode 10. For this week's Nathan's Nugget, he's not with us here on the couch, but we have caught up with him down under in Australia. So here is Nathan's Nugget for episode number 10.
Woo!
Hi guys, Nathan here. Unfortunately, I couldn't make this week's podcast as I am on tour in Australia. We're in Melbourne tonight, in Sydney tomorrow, and Perth on Sunday. For Nathan's Nugget this week, I'm going to answer some questions that you've written in. So to Linda from London has asked, have you or any of the band got any fears of the Aussie animals, snake spiders or toilet rats? We all found out about toilet rats this week and watched a video from TikTok which was really scary. So every time we've been in the toilet we've had to lift the lid and check if there's a rat in the bowl. Now, I'd say it's 1 in a million chance it's going to happen, but anyway. Karen from Nottingham, how do you get your equipment to Australia? We send the truck over 2 months in advance. No, I'm only joking. We hire all the equipment out here and we just fly with a couple of our instruments, the accordion, the saxophone and the guitar and so forth. That's what we do. Anna from Loud, what is the weather like? Well, today I sat out in the sun, lovely breeze, and 3 hours later I came down to the room to get changed and realised I looked like a lobster. As you can see, my head is bright red. So God knows what I'm going to do for the gig tonight, because it's only really this side of my face that is bright red. This side isn't too bad. So it'll be nice and brown by the time the last gig happens. But yeah, the weather has been fantastic to Anna in Lav. Enjoy the rest of the podcast, and hopefully I'll see you all next week.
Hello everyone and welcome back to episode number 10, The Carter Council. This is the part of our podcast where we take your problems, your troubles, your qualms, your life's woes. Oh, woe is me.
Oh, woe is me.
Karen says the other week, oh, wow is me.
Anyway,
she thought that was what
continue.
it was. But anyway, and we give our completely
unsolicited advice and
solicited but unprofessional advice.
Okay,
We've got two Carter Councils for this week, Karen.
Oh,
first one.
Bring it on.
Hi guys, I love the podcast, but please keep my name anonymous. I live in Kilkenny and I have a group of friends that are really close. There is one girl, however, in the group who always asks us for a lend of money. It's never much money. It's always €10 or €20, and I never mind lending it to her. However, she never gives it back. I don't want to seem scabby, but it's getting ridiculous and I don't know what to say. Can you guys help?
Yeah, that's an awkward one.
Well, to be honest, I'd just tell me, mate. You lent me 20 quid last week. Where is it?
Yeah, you would. But like, do you know what? Sometimes if they're looking and they're struggling and they're asking for money, that's fine because you're going to give it. I thought Lenny was going to jump down. Yeah, he is. But to me, it's more, how would you describe it? Like, you don't even want it back, but you want them to offer.
Yeah, I get that.
If my friend was like, oh, here's that tenner, I'd be like, oh my God, don't be so ridiculous. I don't want the tenner back. But if she didn't say that to me, I'd be thinking, oh, this can't be shy. Never offered to give me my tenner back.
But you know, I have to say, this happens all the time. Or it happens with us a lot on Revolut, because we all use Revolut now. So we all go out for dinner.
That is the worst thing ever.
So obviously I'm tour manager with Nathan at the minute, right?
No way, are you?
So I always am like, right lads, I'll sort the bill and you can Revolut me. And there's always, I'm not going to mention any names, but there's always certain people
that just never.
But you know what you can do on Revolut that I found recently is you can ask them for the money, so you can request it.
See, that's even more awkward.
No, it's not, because you just do it, because otherwise you end up, it can add up, and like a tenner every week is like 100 quid in 10 weeks.
Like, why do you think you don't have to give your bit? No, but what? Like,
I don't think people do it intentionally.
I think a few people are like, oh yeah, I'll Revolut it. Well, do you want to do it now?
Yeah, do it then.
I know loads of people that are like that.
But I used to be kind of awkward about it, like you're saying there, and just be like, oh, it's all right.
People like that come in for a lesson or something and be like, oh yeah, no, I don't have Revolut, but I know what you.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, I'll Revolut
you. You have to chase people. It is annoying. But like, I actually use that now.
People do forget, because I'm probably that person as well sometimes, depending on what it is. But when it's a reoccurring thing and the same person's asking for that 10 or 20 or not even offering to give it back.
Do you know what I would think I would do, Anonymous, is I would start asking them for lend the money and see if they lend you the money quick enough, then it's all right. But if they're like, oh no, then you're going to just stop lending them.
No, but if they need it, like that's, like, do you know what I mean? You'd feel bad asking for it back, but I still want them to offer it.
No, if you're saying it's all the time.
Yeah, if it's all the time, they're just ripping the piss.
Yeah, I'd start asking them for a lend the money.
Like,
add up how much they've gave you and then ask them to lend that much back in like across the month. Say like, oh, come here, I've lent you £82 over the last month. You wouldn't lend us it back. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, that is an awkward
Or just
one,
say
though.
you don't have it. Sorry, I don't have it to lend you. That's the other side of it. I know you don't want to seem scabby, but if it's all the time, just be like, oh, sorry, no, I don't have anything on me, Revolut. I've got no cash on me. But I hardly going to say,
when people are like that. Oh, don't have
just
cash
transfer it to me, would you?
Yeah, no, that is an awkward one.
I hope that helps you out a little bit.
Probably
Anonymous
didn't help
from
at all,
Kilkenny. This next Cards Council that I've wrote in saying this is a bit of a funny question / debate for you guys. Myself and my girlfriend recently had this debate and I would love your input.
Okay.
When you're in a relationship and you get to the stage where you need to buy condoms, is it on the fella or the girlfriend to buy them? That is from James and Laura in Dublin.
God, James and Laura.
It's on the fella to buy them, like.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely on the fella.
Awkward question.
Just order them online, James. No one,
do you mean?
you don't have to humanly
You
interact
seem
with
like
anyone
you
to get
do that a
them.
lot.
No, just my mate told me to do that years ago.
What do you mean years ago you didn't even know me?
Yeah, just order them online. It's the easiest thing.
No,
if
I
you're
definitely think
awkward
it's
in that
valid.
scenario. But I actually
Scarlett,
think
I wouldn't be going into the shop and even going near that aisle.
pharmacists and shop workers aren't asked if you're buying condoms. They really do not care.
Do you know I worked in Tesco's for
No
about
one's
a week?
looking at what you're buying.
So I worked in Tesco's for, no, it was probably about 2 weeks or something, just before I was gone on holidays. And I was on the tills. It's very fun. Like, I'm actually till trained, if anyone wants to give me a job. But they come in a big box.
Yeah.
But at the time when I was only
Well, they
like,
don't always. Sometimes you can just
No,
get a small box.
no, I don't mean the bleeding big box of bleeding them. I mean in a security tag box.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
But when you're
Where
only
you have to take
learning on the
tag off.
tills, it's very hard to open that box. So I used to have to make a big scene, but I didn't mean to, like, just to ask someone else to, sorry, can you come here and open this box because it won't, and I'm banging it on the thing and it wouldn't open. So, like, that always sticks with me because, like, I was trying to, like,
Oh, the whole, do you want a bag? And then they're like, oh, no, I've got enough of them there.
What do you mean?
Did you ever see that? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
If you got a bag, no, I have enough
Or
of
do you
them.
want a bag? No, she's not that bad looking.
I don't get that. That's the worst bleeding joke ever. But basically, like, yeah, I used to make a bigger scene. Obviously, they were awkward enough buying them, but I couldn't get the bleeding security tag off them.
That is
So I used to have to call Mary over and say, come here, you wouldn't help us.
It is a
open this.
random thing, but I think nowadays you
Why are
can...
they security tagging them and all?
Yeah, can we not put self-service into the bin just in case we need to buy condoms? Because then that's a lot easier than talking to someone. But I think...
Why are you talking through your nose all of a sudden?
Oh, sorry, I need to sneeze.
That's where you start talking.
But, like, just order them online if you're awkward about it. But as well, in this day and age, is it really up to the fella? I feel like I was quite sexist
here
there.
we go.
Maybe it should be up to the women as well.
Oh, we do enough, don't we? It's the least you could do.
Don't know. James and Laura, that's our input on that debate. We both agree it's up to the fella really to buy them, innit? Yeah, it is. So yeah, if you're awkward, just go and buy them online. It's much easier. Or order them. Boots.ie. Next day delivery. Sorted.
All right, Jake.
Right, guys, if you've anything for the Carter Council that you want our advice or our help on, you can send us your counsels to @thecartercouch@gmail.com, or you can get us on social media @thecartercouch. Karen, that is a podcast.
It's been emotional.
Episode number 10. A big thank you to everyone who has tuned in every week. Make sure you go and follow and subscribe. We will be back next week with episode 11. We want to say a massive thank you to Brian, our producer, and to Hugh, who edits our videos for us. Hopefully we'll have Nathan back very, very soon. We hope he enjoys Oz, and we will see you all next week. Thanks so much, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye. I will be
Don't, but-
sweating by the end of this.
Here we go.